Hello, my name is Ozzy Sanchez Aldana, and I'm the designer of this 3D printed robot hand.
This endeavor took a few months to complete, and I must say I am pretty proud of the outcome. This is how I went about the process. If you would like to know more about me, you can visit my GoFundMe page with this link, or you can check the description and learn about how engineering became my passion. Thank you. I used a program called OnShape, a browser-based computer-aided design software, or CAD. CAD is a common tool used by engineers to design 3D objects before applying them in the real world.
This can be anything from a screw assembly to an engine. There are a lot of tools and functions in any CAD software. I spent a lot of time teaching myself the basics and experimenting with how I could apply them. I would say a good 40% of my time was just realizing how ineffective I was being with the tools, and then discovering that an easier, more efficient method was right in front of me.
This is the Part Studio, a workspace where you can design your 3D object. You can set your units under the 3-bar menu tab. I measured length with centimeters, angles with degrees, and mass with grams. I have also chosen to display each value up to 3 decimal points. Every 3D object starts with a 2D sketch. We start with a plane, and in this example, I have selected the top plane facing upwards. When you have a plane selected, you can create a sketch, and that shows a new set of tools for creating a 2D figure. I can create a freeform shape with the line tool, or I can use the rectangle tool to create a fixed rectangle. What if I wanted a square? I would need to set the length and width equal to each other. I have the dimension tool to click on the side and enter a measurement of 5 centimeters. I can now rename my sketch to square. With a 2D shape, we can use the extrude tool and create a 3D object. I can drag this arrow up or down to change the height. If you want to be specific, however, you can enter the measurement in the depth box here. I may now name this extrude cube. These are the basic steps to creating a 3D object, but with experimentation and trial and error, I created the robot hand. This is a simple design with a flat palm and fingers facing the inside and curved surfaces on the back. As you can see, we have the palm with 2 sections at the top to help extend the reach of the fingers. Then we have the pinky, ring, middle, index, and thumb. The joints are connected by machine screws and bend to a specified angle. This here is a segment of the index finger that connects to the top palm section. Each finger segment is exactly alike, albeit with different lengths. The first thing I did was add a slant of 30 degrees to the front, and I did the same for the back. When the front slant makes contact with the back of another piece, it stops it from closing inwards past 60 degrees. Next, I added a curve so that the piece can move freely before reaching the 60-degree limit. Then I hollowed out the inside. This was so I could put a small 2-channel system inside each finger leading back to the palm. The hand essentially operates on a pulley system with fishing line acting like a tendon, pulling one side to close the finger and pulling the other to open it. I added a small space for the line to run through without being cut off by the closing segments, smoothing it out to further reduce friction. The last step was to, of course, add holes for the machine screws to go through. You can see here there's a bit of a sink for the screw to fit into to maximize the space between each finger. This part of the piece slides into the 2-prong section up here of another piece and held with a screw. This is a process I have used for each finger and the palm.
As I have said before, this process took me a long time given that I never worked with CAD before. However, it was a great experience, and I feel comfortable working with CAD in the future when I begin studying mechanical engineering. Of course, this video is merely the gist of it. If you're interested, I have a journal that goes more in depth about my experience from January to May in the description below. Thank you for learning about my project. Now, It's time to program this thing to move.